New information about the Corvette controversy involving a local university and the school's former president. After months of investigating, the case is closed. Former FAU Foundation Executive Director Carla Coleman pleaded guilty in court this morning. She already lost her job over the charges that she funneled money out of the FAU Foundation to buy a Corvette for outgoing President Anthony Kenneth. Prosecutors originally charged Coleman with official misconduct, which is a felony, but she worked out a plea deal to a misdemeanor count of falsifying records. Prosecutors say unless new evidence comes to light, they will not make any more arrests. Coleman will spend a year on probation, perform community service, and pay $1,000 for the cost of the investigation. In return, the conviction will not go on her record. We continue our coverage of the investigation with News 12's Dana Pally, who is live on the campus of the Florida Atlantic University with what Carla Coleman has to say about the Corvette controversy. Dana.
Well, Liz, Carla Coleman won't be coming back to the university, FAU, anytime soon. But today she talked about her ordeal, which has been a financial and emotional crisis in her life.
Most of all, I'm thankful it's over. And I will be looking to the future now, not the past.
The past year has been a tough time for former FAU Foundation Executive Director Carla Coleman. Sitting beside her lawyer, Kenneth Lipman, the 52-year-old ex-administrator says despite her plea, she feels she didn't do anything wrong and didn't want to drag her family or friends through a trial which could have meant prison time. So she pled guilty to a misdemeanor in her own best interest.
I have been a part of this community for 30 years. I'm going to continue to be a part of this community. For almost all of those 30 years, I have devoted my life to public service for making the community a better place to live, and I don't think that's going to change.
Lawyer Kenneth Lipman says his client stood beside former President Anthony Kenneth, but in the end, Lipman says Kenneth was not there for her during the red Corvette gift investigation.
It cost her her career. She was facing jail. She lost the job that was her entire life. And during the course of this entire sad scene, Anthony Kenneth did not express one word of support for her, and in fact threw her under the bus at the first opportunity.
Coleman says in the future she won't be so trusting. Coleman did raise $220 million for the foundation in last year's campaign. Many of the new buildings on campus are a result of her hard work.
FAU will always have a very warm place in my heart. I spent 18 years as an advocate for Florida Atlantic University.
Coleman says FAU needs to heal, and so does she. Now she'll be looking for a new line of work. Reporting live for the one to turn to in Boca Raton at FAU, Dana Pally, News 12.
Carla Coleman had worked at Florida Atlantic University for nearly 20 years. In 1985, Coleman began as a senior research associate. She then became a lobbyist for the university in Washington and Tallahassee. In 1990, Coleman became vice president for university relations, and in 96, Coleman took on the position of vice president for university advancement, including the title of FAU Foundation Executive Director.